When the 2016 AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series began, Walker Fowler was enjoying a charmed existence with 3 straight wins. But now Adam McGill has charged back with 3 straight wins of his own. Today, round 7 looms, a home race for both, with both in a virtual tie. Hello, welcome to round 7 of the AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series presented by Maxxis, an AMA National Championship. Today, the venerable Weisco John Penton GNCC in Ohio. Jason Wygant here to give you the call on NBCSN. Walker Fowler on the right, defending champ, hanging out with his buddy, the veteran Johnny Gallagher. There is Jared McClure, who has definitely been a spoiler in the championship this year, cloaked in American colors, and the same thing with Adam McGill, who was on fire coming into this race. And we'll show you with our AMSOIL race recap of round 6 2 weeks ago in Indiana. It was a muddy one, and in mud, getting the start is everything. And when Walker Fowler got it and led early, it looked like he'd be the man to beat. But this turned out to be an incredible race. McGill from way back was able to climb through traffic. And you also had 6-time GNCC champion Chris Borch in the hunt as well. These 3 who have won a ton of races put on one of the best we've ever seen. Watch McGill wedging his machine in between lap traffic and trees to get around Borch. Then a few mistakes by Fowler, some bad choices as far as line selection in the woods allowed McGill to get the lead, but Borch wasn't done. Here we go to the final stretch. Borch gets it, hits a berm, crashes, and McGill steals the victory. Borch, lucky to be able to recover, takes a bunch of AMSOIL banner across the finish line with him. But he would end up 4th after losing the lead in the next to last turn after 2 hours of racing. That's how close this pack is up front, and it includes Bryson Neal, who's been in the top 3 in all but 1 race this year. Adam McGill, what's the difference then to get wins?
It's definitely a big mental game with us. Biggest thing is, everybody in our class is fast, and everybody can win races at any time. And with us, it is a big mental game. I wouldn't say anybody's in anybody's heads at this point. We're 6 races in. We have 3 wins on my end, 3 wins on his end, and essentially this is going to be the deciding factor. I mean, who knows? It might be a curveball. Chris has definitely come to life. Bryson could get it this weekend. We're close to his place. I mean, or we could even have a little sneaky snake throw a little a wrench in that. So, I mean, anything can happen. It's John Penton. I mean, we've been here. It's been dusty dry like it is today, or it might be just a muddy, nasty mess by the end of our race. So you just never know what's going into the Penton what it could be.
Now, on the other end, Walker Fowler hopes that the conditions today change things up. He started the year strong, trying to get it back on track.
We've only been getting better. Our results aren't showing that we're getting better, but it's incredible. My fitness is just top-notch, unbelievable, and the bike is incredible. It's just a shame that we're not able to prove that right now on the track. But if we keep sticking it out and having these consistent finishes, I know it's going to turn back around. It has to.
That's the ebbs and flows of cross-country racing. Sets up a dramatic showdown today with McGill, Fowler, and a bunch of spoilers trying to break up their party at the top. And it looks like Chris Borch on that yellow Suzuki going to try to grab the whole shot. Oh, Fowler's down to the inside of him in turn 2. And he's just going to edge everyone out, but he's on the outside coming into this next right-hander. Fowler, a great job controlling it. No, McGill trying to take it from him, so the 2 contenders are up front early. And don't count out Chris Borch there. And you see this dust getting kicked up. These guys knew they had to get good starts today, and they got it. So that's exciting to see. But there's the #1 plate of Fowler on the NFAB Ampro Yamaha out front. McGill and Borch right there with him. Luckily, the tree covering in the woods is not nearly as dusty as it'll be in the fields. Look at that, dead last for Bryson Neal on the #5 Coastal Racing machine. I'll explain that in a second. He actually was serving a penalty at the beginning of this race, so hence the bad start. We'll keep tabs on our leaders as Fowler is trying to figure out the lines on this track. You won't see these guys completely open it up early. Oh, nice job by Cole Richardson there. That's Fowler's rookie teammate in 4th, waiting for him to catch fire. So dominant last year in the XC2 division. which is the stepping stone to this. Oh, rider breaks down. That is Josh Merritt. Oh, he's in for a long day. This thing just getting started, and he has some problems. Merritt, young rider out of Akron, Ohio. Let's go back to the start. So Bryson Neal serving a penalty from the previous race. They actually make him start his quad backwards. So he's got to do a donut off the line. You see everyone's in turn one. He's off to the left, not even into the corner yet. Great battle. That's a photo-worthy shot right there. When you got three proven superstars, Boric and Fowler, who have won championships, and McGill, who has been there battling with them for those titles year in and year out, all coming through the first turn together. I don't remember the last time all three of these riders had gotten good starts on the same day. And we always theorize about how much energy someone will waste coming through the traffic. Well, it's not going to be a factor right now. Early on, Walker Fowler trying to escape from his rivals.
When it comes to guarding your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance enthusiasts demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond protection it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
Here at Rocky Mountain ATV MC, our goal has always been to get you the best price and provide quality service. Now, we're giving you one more reason to shop with Rocky Mountain. We call it Quick Cash. It's simple to get. Just place an order with a qualifying Quick Cash item and get cash to spend on your next order. Try it out today. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
Maxxis Tires.
The Andersons discovered life is easier with an Outlaw RV. The Outlaw is a complete home on wheels with a multifunctional garage. Getting on the road has never been quicker. The Outlaw is made to fit the lifestyle of today's active families. So stop roughing it and start enjoying your weekends. Find the Thor Motor Coach Outlaw that fits your needs at GarageRVs.com today.
The GNCC series on the NBC Sports Network is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protect your weekend. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by Maxxis Tires. Keeps you riding to your maximum potential.
You're looking at Jesse Strawham, who completes in a single-seat Polaris Ace in this sport. One of the most dedicated riders you'll see.
January 18th, 2015, that's a date that I will never forget. I was with the neighbor's nephew. We were on the back, I was on the back of an R1. We were going to Charlotte, our normal route, and I see this woman in an SUV, and she's not stopping. She's making a U-turn. And I closed my eyes and tucked and woke up a week later in the hospital. Last thing I remember is metal crunching. I fought for my life about 3 months in the hospital with very, very bad nightmares. No will to live. I really had no purpose in life anymore. I was really lost. I've got to thank the accident. To this day, I will not take it back. It gave me all these amazing opportunities. I'm impacting so many lives, and to me, changing lives and helping people, I just want people to wheel with me. I want them to use their obstacles to live life to the fullest. I've done a lot of things since I've gotten hurt, and to be back in GNCC racing with my family, with all these great people, you know, we're all a big family. There's no words to describe it. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. When I'm in the Ace, I completely forget that I'm paralyzed. There's no disability. I'm just another racer. I'm there with everyone else. Oh my God, I got on the podium again! Yes! My name is Jesse Strawham, and I am GNCC Racing.
Yeah, Jessie was once an up-and-coming ATV youth rider in this series, along with her sister Jody. They were two fast guns, and amazing to see that Jessie is still able to get out here and do, well, what she used to do, which is get podium finishes in cross-country racing and certainly inspire a lot of people along the way. Awesome to see her here at the races every weekend. Walker Fowler was once an up-and-coming youth ATV racer as well. He has gone all the way to the top, defending series champ and leading this race. And here's a shock. How about it? Finally, we are seeing the Cole Richardson we knew we would see at some point this year. He is second, making it a 1-2 for the Yamahas. Trying to break up that party up front, and Bryson Neal has come from all the way back to fifth. Got Jay Shadron with those distinctive headlights on the Yamaha right behind him. So many storylines to follow out here today. Oh, Boric is now trying to make moves and close back in on Richardson. Now, Cole Richardson, we know the kid has talent. Whenever you're dealing with a rookie, of course, this series, especially experience, matters so much. All-out speed is important, but it's certainly not everything, especially when you're in the tricky sections like this, where you can see the riders aren't even pushing the pace at all. They're just trying to keep their equipment running to the end. So you have to know when to go fast and when to go slow. That's one thing that the rookies have to deal with. But in addition, Richardson has had some health issues, hasn't had the fitness or strength in the races that he wants, but we know he's going to figure that thing out, and when he does, any day could be a breakthrough. So maybe it is for the rider in second place right now, but he would probably love to battle a bit with his teammate, Walker Fowler, who is opening it up every time we see them. A little bit bigger lead, but as I stress every week on these shows here, Racer TV, long races, 2 hours. There will be a pit stop at one point as well, maybe even two, depending on the fuel mileage and the condition with goggles and things like that. So plenty of opportunity for things to shake up. And if you're Bryson Neal coming from way back, if you're Richardson, oh, nice little battle here. McGill and Boric duking it out. If you're any of these riders, you're just trying to keep the leader in sight, be in contention, and also lap traffic is so big in these races. Fowler doesn't have any to deal with yet, but when he does, it's going to slow him up immensely. When you get into some of those wood sections, there's only one line. Out in the fields, though, Fowler doing some real damage. Young man out of Rogers, Ohio. It's kind of interesting the amount of riders that would kind of consider this to be their home race. Plus, 27th annual edition of this race, so it predates the age of most of the riders battling out here, which means, yes, they have all done a lot of riding on this track. It's the famous mulch pile section, which actually forms some loops almost like sand. It slows the riders down a bit in some of these field sections. Unbelievable, the lead that Fowler has opened up. And I know I just stressed it's a long race, but a little bit dangerous to let him get out this far. And I think you can kind of see that McGill is no longer waiting around. He had to get Richardson, had that battle with Boric. And McGill's putting the hammer down. Does not want that win streak to end today. And Chris Boric usually plays it differently, usually waits to the end to strike. It's one thing to be fourth or fifth like these guys are. That's usually not that bad, but we're used to seeing the pack a lot closer earlier. It's a pretty hot day out there, so Fowler is going to take a risk. He's going to burn a lot of energy early and hope he can hold on to the end. Look at this. Some riders getting creative. No, he's not headed to the pits. He's just trying to find smooth line out there. Shout out to the number 11, Landon Wolf in the hunt as well.
When it comes to protecting your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance truck owners demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond fortification it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
CST Tires.
The Wiseco John Penton GNCC Racer TV on NBCSN. Jason Wygant here giving you the call. Now Walker Fowler It was the beat the old boss, same as the new boss early in the season. Won his first championship in this Premier XC1 class last year. And started this season off with 3 straight wins. It looked like it'd be a dominant run. Since then, he's taken 3 straight defeats to Adam McGill, who is now second in this race. Waiting for McGill to come through. Now McGill has picked up the pace. He's gotten a little closer than when we were through this section a lap ago, but it's not quite close enough. Different strategies, though. If Fowler makes a mistake or gets held up in lap traffic, all that energy he burned early, he might regret that. Bryson Neal up to third on the Postal Racing Machine, displacing Cole Richardson. Those are 2 up-and-coming stars of this series. Then you have the veteran multi-time champ Chris Borich, backed by Maxis and Ye Old Cycle Barn in the Suzuki. Another young rider here, Jay Shadron, on the Precision Axis Maxis backed machine. Oh, we got a battle going on here. Bryson Neal and Cole Richardson. Hey, I wanted to see these 2 hook it up. 2 young guns. 3rd year in the class for Neal, 1st year in the class for Richardson, and they are fighting for it. And I think you have Borich lurking back behind them. Neal has got the spot right now, but look at Richardson looking for running room down to the inside, through the mulch pile. And Richardson's got it. It's rough through the middle, but he didn't care about that. He had the shorter distance, and it made all the difference. So a calculated move there. He was willing to go right through the middle of those bumps. Walker Fowler's going right through them also. He is absolutely hauling out front. And as more time clicks off without anyone getting him within sight, it gets a little more dangerous. You know McGill here is going to hustle. McGill backed by CST, LSR, Induction Solutions, DeRisi Racing, SG, and Tire Blocks. Pit stop time for Fowler. That's his dad there on the right, putting the fuel in. That's his mechanic, Mark Notman, on the left. In and out pretty quickly. Should be able to get all the way to the end on that fuel load. Oh, and a brief chance for McGill to get a glance at him. I think this is about as close as they have been throughout the day. And as they usually say, business picks up after the pit stops at GNCC. The riders have now figured out the track. They know where the lines are. Some of the riders actually get a little tight at the beginning of the race, get arm pump. That's gone. So the pace is about to ratchet forward, and Cole Richardson seems to be comfortable with it today. He's into the Pro MFAB Yamaha pits. You see what they're doing? They're actually washing the radiator off of the machine with that hose on the right side. Bryson Neal right back on Richardson. This is fun to watch. Pretty fun to watch Fowler on his game. Now we're into the motocross section, Sunday Creek Motocross track here in Southern Ohio. Got to prep it quite a bit differently for a cross-country race. They got to pack the dirt in because normally in a motocross, you ride for an hour or so, and then they'll take some dozers out and tune the surface up. But here, this track is going to be operating for hours straight without any maintenance, so it's a little bit harder packed, a little bit more slippery, a little bit dustier, but at least these long sections allow McGill to measure himself against the leader and see if he's closing in. And he is slightly taking a gap from about 9 seconds down to about half of that.
As riders and racers, we understand the need to get quality parts, apparel, and accessories fast. We have the horsepower of multiple warehouses to make sure your gear, OEM parts, or accessories make it to your door quickly. Check out our easy-to-use website and experience customer service that takes the whole shot. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
You smell it, you feel it, you can taste it in the air. Speed, man. Full wide open. Blast. I didn't really like high school too much. Too booky, too take notes, learn this, and that's it. Got WildTech. They have full-size motorcycles. The feeling of taking them apart every day, putting them back together. I can't explain it. Everything I learned applies to now. Seeing your motorcycle that you put together right around the track at 180 miles an hour, oh, definitely rewarding. My name's Mike. My school's WildTech.
Get on the fast track to a career. Turn pro at WildTech.
When it comes to guarding your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance enthusiasts demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond protection it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
Maxxis Tires.
The GNCC series on the NBC Sports Network is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protect your weekend. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by Maxxis Tires. Keeps you riding to your maximum potential.
That is actually John Penton himself on hand at the race named after him. John Penton, the man who originally brought the KTM motorcycle to the United States. They were actually called Pentons back then. And the company was based in Ohio at that time, so that's why we named this event after the Penton brand and John himself. And great to see him here. That gas tank you saw him sign, that's actually going to be one of the trophies today. Of course, the big question, as always, who's going to get the big trophy? Walker Fowler has led this entire thing. Takes a pit board from the team, gets around a lap rider. But as we mentioned going to break, Adam McGill continues to close, although we still have not seen him come through here. So whatever damage he did closing the gap, he has lost it all and then some. These are all lap riders. Let's go to our next shot, and it's still Fowler rolling through the pits. No need to stop for fuel this time. He did it one lap ago. We don't know where McGill has gone. In fact, it is Bryson Neal up to second place now. You can bet he's brought, well, no, it's Chris Borich with him. Neal having a torrid battle with Cole Richardson, but Borich was right behind the two kids the whole time. So what has happened to McGill? 3-race win streak. Oh, man, must have made a mistake. He's back to fourth and absolutely covered in mud. What we hear now is that McGill tangled with a lap rider on a hill climb. Worst case scenario, actually had to go back to the bottom, and then the machine stalled. Some fans actually helped him get it back going, and he went over the top of the hill climb, but not before he lost a ton of ground. And here he is off the track even, trying to find some smooth ground. Man, so a tough day for McGill. He had done so much work to try to close on this guy, Walker Fowler. It's come undone with one mistake. If you're Fowler, you can read that two different ways. Maybe he's next to have the problem, or maybe you're happy. You won't have to deal with any pressure. As we said, pretty hot out here today, so endurance could be a factor if Fowler has to run hard all the way to the end. Hitting some lap traffic on the motocross track is the perfect scenario. A lot more room to get around these guys here, although he's walking the tightrope by doing it around the outside. So is this the day that Fowler finally gets back to victory lane and puts an end to the win streak of McGill? It sure looks that way as he works his way through the moto section. Going to be 4 wins in 7 this year. And yeah, it's a little style. That's right. You can whip a quad. You can throw it sideways. You can scrub it. Checkered flag is out. And Walker Fowler is back on top in the AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series. Well, he made that one look easy. You had to figure a challenge was coming. It didn't happen from McGill, but the riders that are second and third are still duking it out. You've got the youth versus the experience. Bryson Neal trying to hold off Chris Borich onto the motocross track. And Borich is going to gun it around the outside. Oh, I don't care who you are and how long it's been since Borich has won one of these. You do not want to have him behind you on the final stages of a race. He has demoralized so many competitors by pulling out last-ditch efforts, and he's doing it right now, jumping uphill and taking the spot. Neal tries to come back. The fans come to life as they drag race down the hill. Great racing. Borich going to edge ahead. Chris Borich does it and doubles to further extend it. Oh, vintage Chris Borich making passes on the last lap. Is there any room left for Neil? No. Chris Borich takes second at the Wiseco John Penton GNCC. Lesson learned for the kid, but he's in good company. Borich has done that to many through the years. Rocky Mountain ATV MC results. McGill salvages fourth. Let's talk to the winner.
You know what? I think Adam definitely took the words to heart, and I pulled a pretty good gap there that first lap, and he run me down. Got a little pumped up, ride a little tight on that second and third lap, and he was riding really well. So hats off to him. I don't know what happened, but I knew I had to save a little bit in the tank for that last lap, and just had to go give it all it had. And at the beginning of the year, McGill said that he was going to push that machine. He was either going to win it or break it. And you know what? This season, this is the first real hot day, and I guess we were pushing it hard. I know my bike was running hot, but and the riders were running hot. Man, we were out front. We had a good gap. Like I said, Adam's a heck of an athlete and was going to keep me honest there. Without a mechanical failure, it would have been a really exciting last lap, but whatever happened, we were able to bring it home.
Here's our AMSOIL race recap. Fowler's been getting great starts this year, battling with Chris Borich for it. He's going to get the whole shot. Extra $250 to him from Wiseco. But McGill was right there with him, so we anticipated a battle all day, but actually Fowler was able to edge ahead early, and you had company behind him. Chris Borich, Bryson Neal, Cole Richardson, who ran great all day until he had mechanical troubles on the last lap. Heartbreaker for him. And then McGill tangled with a lapper, stalled the machine, lost second place. Fowler takes the victory, and it came down to the wire between Neal and Borich. Borich yet to get a win, but another solid second place finish.
Yeah, definitely having a lot more fun out there right now. First lap, we got down in a creek section and just tidal waved my gloves. Couldn't hang on. Just felt like I was holding on to icicles and got pumped up real bad. These guys got away from me and then kind of put my head down and just rode with Neil there for a while and pretty pumped on it. I mean, still a work in progress, but we're definitely having fun again.
Well, the series rolls on. You can go to GNCCRacing.com for more info on this. Walker Fowler has the victory for now, but you know that McGill's going to come back fighting the next time when we race in upstate New York. For everyone at Racer TV, I'm Jason Wygant. Congrats to Walker Fowler.